new IE.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
For Windows?
For Windows, yeah. It
Hmm.
reminds me of Chrome, but lighter in a way. I don't know.
Hmm.
My initial thoughts and impressions from using it is positive. I like it.
How long has it been since you've used Firefox?
Fuck, dude, years. Fuck Firefox.
That shit used to be the best. That was like
I
Android for
mhm.
fucking web
I
browsers.
used to use Opera back in the day too. Opera was my shit, dude.
Oh,
Opera was my shit, dude. I customized the colors and everything, dude. Hell yeah.
I think I did that for a day.
Yeah, Opera was the shit. And then Google Chrome came out and it killed everything.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, you want something that
You
works?
want something that works and it's fast? Yes. And it had like Flash and all the plugins like built
Yeah.
in. You didn't have to download Adobe and all that fucking crap like Shockwave Player. Remember Shockwave
To
Player, dude? Holy crap.
each website, the only thing you had to do is accept cookies.
Yeah. You don't even have to do that. Google's like, no, 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 we accept them. We accept them for you.
Don't worry, we know this motherfucker wants
Don't
to
worry,
accept
dude.
these
We know you
cookies.
want the cookies. You're trying to
This
go.
fat ass,
You're going to this
this fat ass
site.
wants
You
to
want the
smoke.
cookies. Nice, man. So hell yeah. So that's a good little intro to welcome everyone to our quote unquote live
Oh,
stream. You know,
yeah, not live. Live, kind of live.
live kind of live. I mean, it is a live stream, but
Pre-
not live.
It's
We're
pre-recorded,
live to
whatever.
each other, so we're technically live.
Sure, but we're always live to each other, aren't we? Just in spirit and
I mean, yeah, but then
or
like,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little intro into our
let's talk.
relationship with each
Let's
other. We've
talk.
known each other for too long.
Too long. Too long. We're like practically
Too
bro.
long. 20 plus years. So
We've
yeah, we have a lot of inside
we've touched
jokes.
each other's vipers. We've striked each other's
Hmm.
vipers, stroked them, striked them, touched them.
I don't think we've
We
done
never
any of those.
put it in our mouths though. Never put it in your mouth.
I've never touched anything like that.
Put it in your neck and then go,
No.
come here, you.
Ugh. Looking at white chicks, dude. I love that movie.
It's funny, dude.
Terry Crews when he's all high on ecstasy in the dance club
Oh my god,
with
with his
his
fucking
whistle
whistles.
and his glow sticks.
Fucking jacked off ecstasy.
He'd be a terrifying fighter if he was a fighter. He's got that look. He's got that Ngannou look.
Yeah, he's big. He was a football player.
I can, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. If he was just an actor his whole life and didn't do a sport, dude, he'd just be stupid big for no reason.
The T-Mobile
That's like
joke.
you.
Hello,
That's
hello.
you. That's you. You're just dumb big for no reason.
I'm just dumb.
And dumb, big,
Not even
however
big
you want to
anymore,
word
dude.
phrase that.
I need to take some.
Uh,
I need to take some PPOs again, dude.
it's not. That's a healthcare provider,
Oh yeah.
right?
What is it? ECOs? ECM?
EPO,
EPO. Nice.
EPOs.
I need to take TRT, EPO, PCP,
PCP, and then go to one
and
championship
then
and
go to
become
one
champion.
championship and become a champ. Dude,
Yeah,
see
yeah. See,
when you lay it out like this, like it sounds like this is a great plan.
sounds
Like
simple, right? It sounds super
three
simple.
step program, 3 step
The
process.
three-step process. Wait, it's even quicker than South Park's four-step process. What is
We don't even have to
startup,
bro down at the
startup,
end,
cash
dude.
in, bro down?
We're already broing down when we're champs, so
So everything's fine. I don't even know what we're doing with our lives anymore, but I'm glad that we're doing this.
it's all about having fun. It's all about having fun. Let's talk about these fights.
Which ones do you want to talk about, man?
I don't know. Let's just go through the verdict picks and let's just kind of touch
All
base
right.
on each one.
All right. The first one on verdict is Arlovsky versus
First
Aspinall.
fight of the main card.
First fight of the main
So yeah, we're
card.
not talking about any other prelim fights. Not that they're not important, but
Not right now. If we have time before the fight start in 20 minutes, we'll touch base. But because I want to see, dude, I'm so stoked for the Skelly fight, the Chaz Skelly fight. Fuck, dude, I love watching him fight. He's a little scrapper, dude. He's a little gamer. Can't wait. But yeah, let's just stick to the main card right now. But if we have some time at the end, I have Tom Aspinall coming in for first or second round knockout.
first round knockout, I got him out.
It's hard for me to say because I love Arlovsky, but it just I
I
can't.
do, but when you
It
have
just
somebody with the speed and power that Tom Aspinall has for a heavyweight, for a big guy to move and be as agile as he is a problem for everybody. and for a guy like Arlovsky, he's just older. He's got a ton of miles. He's got a ton
He's
of
got
wars on him.
a ton of MMA.
War
Dude.
miles, dude. These are war miles. He's got.
Arlovsky has been like pre-Zuffa and like past and like everything. So it's just he's been doing the damn thing for 100%. A long time.
So Tom Aspinall is a bad matchup for anybody, but especially these older guys that we keep.
These older guys,
and it's bad matchups to put him against these hungry, monsters. These young killers, this new generation. So. I mean,
yeah. On the other hand, here's the thing. I have Tom too. I think he's going to get it done because I think Arlovsky's just worn, like you're saying. But here's the thing: you can't ever count Arlovsky out of any fight.
But see,
he's been touched. He has been touched,
dude. Remember the last couple? I'm like, you can't count Frankie Edgar out because of what he's done. And
I know. I told you that Corey was going to win, and then you talked me into switching my bet at the last second. I lost everything. I don't know. I felt like you talked me into. I'm just gonna say you talked me into it. Okay. You fucking.
Let's talk about your boy Phil Hawes.
Phil Hawes, dude. Okay, only because the payout is so insane. I have him doing a first round submission. I know that's gonna because it's like 65 times XP or whatever the fuck. So and it's like 6,600 points, whatever.
Shit happen on fight cards. So
dude, the black belt Bear Jew got Bear Jewed. Okay.
Did you say Bear Jew?
he got dude. What's his name? Adolfo Vieira.
Yeah.
He got Bear Jewed by a blue belt. So
that's not good.
Here's the thing. I would pick Hawes to get a knockout, but the payout's so small. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather just for this one fight, just say fuck it and have this one be my insane. Hopefully, we get another black belt hunter submission or something like that with a big payout.
With you on that one.
But my legit pick is Hawes by any round. I don't know, first, second, third round. Knockout, TKO, something like that. He just seems to be on a fucking tear.
For sure. Okay. Now another one.
Another same thing. Old man versus young man. And Daukaus is a promising. So here's what I was going to say. I'm betting the house on this fight for Daukaus to get a knockout. But here's the thing: you can't ever count Olenek out. Dude, Olenek could get a knockout, and if you bet the house on that, that's 15,000 for a payout. Because Olenek's got some, not like he's flashy or like, high level, but he's got really good fundamentals. His fundamentals are really good. And if he tags you, he could sting you. But I do think Daukaus is going to get it done. I think Father Time, I don't know if you're fucking dick off something. He'll figure it out. But yeah, I think Daukaus is going to get, I'm betting the house on that one for my points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charles versus Darrick Minor. Jim Carrey versus the crackhead.
Some guy that's just too sweaty. I got Rosa as a submission.
I have him submission in the second.
Hopefully he gets it done. He's been pretty 50-50 in most of his UFC career, like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. He's on a win, like he's coming off a win right now.
Okay.
But hopefully he can get like momentum. I got Rosa going, even though he's been back and forth. So I mean, I don't know much about Darrick Minor, but I have Rosa coming out with a win on that one.
Okay.
Probably decision. I don't know. I hope he gets a submission. I hope he gets like a big one.
Submission too. And I'm gonna bring up the next one. Yana.
I want you to take this one. I want you to take this one.
That's my girl right there, dude. If you're watching,
we're gonna shout out.
She took 30% because Ketlin Vieira.
Where is she from?
138.
Yeah, that's right. She missed weight, huh?
You probably know where my wife's from.
Yeah, you want to marry this? You love her.
We'll edit this one out.
You want to marry her, huh?
She's so beautiful.
She is a very pretty girl.
The name Yana Kunitskaya.
Okay. Yeah.
Just when you say
it. Okay, you should tell her what your name is. Tell her what your name is. Because I think your name is sexy.
That's what I'm saying. When you say like I speak Farsi, you think it sounds sexy. Like when you say,
I think it's so sexy because I'm trash white, dude. There's no sexiness in the way I speak. Okay, I know this about me. But with you, like you have like this like gem in your back pocket that you never show anyone. So let's hear. I want to hear. Let's tell the peeps what is your name. You got to say it with
All right.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Jafari Kashani.
Oh, say it again.
Bijana Jafari Kashani.
Oh, and you're marrying who?
Yana, Kunitskaya, Jafetia, Khashoggi. Yes,
Oh.
and then
You
the
know what
main
my fucking name is, dude? Josh Gaskilled.
Lee. His name is Lee.
Oh,
Goddamn,
it's
Joshua
Lee,
Lee
damn it.
Gaskell.
Shit. Lee, we would love to see that, Lee.
We want to see that.
We would
want
love to see that. Joshua Lee. Okay, my bad. My bad. We would love to see that. Holy shit, dude.
Oh man, you're
Funny.
funny, dude. And let's talk about the main event now. Main event: Curtis Blaydes.
I love this one.
Darrick Lewis. Razor
Okay,
Blade
as a
Black
fight, I fucking love. I can't wait for this as a fight. But none of these heavyweight fights make fucking sense for contenders.
Yeah.
And they just don't make any sense. I know we talk about this all the time, but like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I have Darrick Lewis my first round knock.
I have Darrick Lewis.
And it's actually going to happen. I'm just very optimistic for my boy.
I feel you.
Yeah. The only reason why I pick such optimistic rounds is because on verdict, like it's only 100 XP, so you're not really like it doesn't fucking matter.
Who and how? Yeah.
Who and how? It doesn't. Everything else. Yeah, the win doesn't matter. So, I depending on who can implement their game plan, if Darrick Lewis can either defend the takedown or figure out how to get back to his feet, and also not get tired, because it's tiring to wrestle
100%.
and to be defensive wrestling. Dude, when you're just trying to like, fuck, man, let me get off of me so I can start my game, you're just beat. So like, I can see Curtis Blaydes just like wearing him down and getting like a TKO or a decision or something like that.
Get off me,
dude. Let go, dude. Yeah, there are some times where you ragdoll people in wrestling, and there's other times where you just get fucking wrecked. It was like, Jesus Christ, dude, it sucks. Like same thing, like when you were going to the gym a lot, there's days where you can put up like heavy weights. You're just like, holy shit, what am I? And then like the next day, you're just like, I can't even like curl 10 pounds. Like, what the fuck's happening? So it's just, I think Blaydes is gonna edge it, but I don't know, man. I love Lewis. I love Lewis.
Yeah, I do too, man. Official prediction, go.
If Lewis is on like he says he is, because it's so hard to take him seriously because of how he is and who he is and how just hilarious he is and much of a fucking national treasure and a gem.
Man.
He's a gem. It's not to say that just because he has a personality that he doesn't take it seriously, but it's sometimes it's hard to know what's real and what's not.
True.
When it's like, oh, I wasn't hurt to the body, I just had to take a dump. Like in the middle of the fight, like this shit like that. Like, were you actually hurt to the body, or did you actually
really
just have
to
shit?
Take a dump? Yeah.
Like it's like, you know. So I want Lewis, nothing against Blaydes, but it's like the only reason why I want Lewis is I know that he has fought for the belt before already, but he hasn't fought Ngannou. Oh no, he fought Ngannou. They could do that rematch because we always forget that they fought each other because they just fucking stood in front of each other for 15 minutes and nothing happened. No one threw a punch. So I don't know if anyone wants to see that rematch, but I think it'd be a lot different rematch.
Nice. UFC Vegas 19 Fight Night 185, whatever they're calling it on the network. It's a wrap, and it was a fucking great night of fights, man. What a stacked card. You know, nobody thought it could turn out like that. I mean, initial thoughts. What do you think, man? It was like we saw a lot of things we thought we wouldn't see. I mean, it was just a great night, man. Great night of fights.
Dude, top to bottom, there was just a ton of finishes. Way more finishes than I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're optimistic. We always bet that there's going to be first round knockouts, but yeah, there's a ton of really great finishes, really great fights, really great knockouts. Not too many upsets or really like anything that I can remember. But yeah, man, it was an awesome night of fights, especially the main fight. Holy shit! I don't know what order you want to get into.
No, we'll get to that, man. We're gonna save the best for last. We're gonna save the best for last. Okay. Let's start off with Sergey Spivak, the polar bear. That's easier to pronounce. Fucking dominant finish, man. Round 2 TKO punches against Jared Vanderaa. He's on a 2-fight win streak now. He's 12-2. Two of his losses, one of them's a decision, so he's definitely a savage. Put on a great fight. Nothing really much to say about it, man. He put on a great performance. Great TKO. What do you think?
You are very laggy at the moment, so I'm trying to keep up. Yes, Spivak did put on a very good performance. He said he's in a 2-fight win streak. Yeah, man, he put on a fucking show. Like I think I remember the first fight and he was it, and it was just like, oh my god, like I feel like he just started the night off right.
Yeah.
Like it just put us on the right. Like it was just a really good start to the card. What weight was he again? I always forget their weight classes.
You know what? That's a good question. I want to say it was a heavyweight. It was a heavyweight bout.
Vivek, regardless.
Sergey Spivak. Yeah, it was a heavyweight fight.
Heavyweight. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Always fun, man. I love the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Always fun. It's good to see heavyweights, like any heavyweight at all. There's new blood needs to happen in the heavyweight division.
For sure.
Yeah, man. He looked good.
For sure. For sure. Next fight on the card was Aiemann Zahabi. Welcome fucking back, man. He was 1-1 coming into this fight in the UFC. He's 8-2 now. One of those losses was a decision. 5 of his wins were KOs, 2 were submissions. So, you know, great performance by Zahabi. You know, he slipped his head off the center line for that right overhand. And just boom, you know, right on the money. And
that was the one he slipped that lead uppercut, right? With the straight right over.
Yep.
Boom. Yeah, Frost Zahabi's brother.
So, you know,
Zahabi's brother, man.
On top of his all-star performance, you know, he was all-star class on the mic. And it was an early round 1 TKO against a game Draco Rodriguez. It was like around 3 minutes and 5 seconds, you know. Hashtag Mr. 305, the real Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, all jokes aside, man, he's a great momentum coming off of this win. You know, what do you have to say about him?
Yeah, I love the Zahabi brothers, man. I mean, Firas Zahabi, I mean, he's considered one of the most brilliant minds in MMA, and he's George St. Pierre's head coach, and to have that same bloodline in a fight, or in a fighter, I should say. I'm always gonna pull for him. Plus, the Zahabi brothers, they're always, like you said, they're all class. I mean, you've seen George St. Pierre. It was the Zahabi brothers don't do anything other than class. So it's always nice to see that kind of aspect of the game. And dude, his knockout was savage. Holy shit, did he look good in that knockout? Just like he said, slipped the lead uppercut. Boom, son. Yeah, I love watching anything related to Firas Zahabi. If he's training someone, if it's GSP, if it's his brother, like we watched tonight. Yeah, all day, every day, man. He fucked him up.
Yeah, big time. Tough break for Chas Scully. Skelly, I'm sorry. He seemed ready to go, made weight, all that good stuff.
Dude, holy shit. This was the first time that it's ever happened in UFC history.
It was just a bummer, man. They said Jamal Emmers was having back spasms and was unable to make the walk. So, you know, best of luck to him and his recovery and his health and all that. Obviously, it's the most important thing. But a huge tough break for Chas Skelly, who seemed ready to go and primed to go. So, you know, not really much to say about that.
That was probably the most fun fight that I was like anticipating to watch. Like that was the one that I felt would be like
dark horse fight, so to
like
speak.
Potentially, the dark horse fight of the
night kind of thing.
Just like a scrap or something like that. A fun little scrap. I was really excited for that one. Chas Skelly's always fun. But, dude, that was the first time that it's ever happened in UFC history. It's never happened in UFC history to where one fighter has been standing in the cage alone by themselves, and then not have a fight happen. So I'm actually really curious to see what happens with him. I'm sure the UFC will take care of him and somewhat financially, you know, give him his show money at least. I don't think they'll give him the win bonus, but maybe half of it. I don't know. Do something, because that is so weird. Yeah. Hopefully he's fine. Because, back spasms, I empathize with anyone with any type of back pain, man. It's not fun because I've dealt with it. You know, man, it sucks, dude. It's the worst. But yeah, I was low key I thought it was going to be the best fight on the prelims, and that was just so weird to see. I mean, fucking 2021, 2020, like all this pre, during COVID shit, just all the weird shit just happened. I don't think that the UFC would have allowed that to have happened pre-COVID. I mean, it's all speculation, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just has never happened before to one fighter just standing alone. Could you imagine if it was a full arena and they're just like, oh, he's not walking out to the cage and having to explain that to everyone?
It could have
happened. It'd be anarchy and chaos.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't make the walk, you can't make the walk, whether there's a crowd or not, you know? So, best of luck to him and hopefully recover.
Sure, no, I agree, but I'm just saying it'd be crazy to have a crowd there. Dude, just boo.
But
Fucking
I'm
casuals.
excited to talk about the next fight on the card. The King, the Queen, the King, the everything, Casey O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
So she's now undefeated. She was 5-0 coming into this. She's now 6-0 undefeated with a round 2 TKO against Shayna Dobson.
TKO.
She has 2 knockouts, 1 submission, and 3 decisions now in her fight victories. Started off the round strong and dominant. Ended the first round with 3 takedowns, top control, and a submission attempt. Round 2, she looked like a fucking savage, and then finished her off. You know, incredible, phenomenal debut. Hashtag AJ Styles. You know, like she couldn't have had, you know, a better you know, introduction to the UFC. So, you know, I have huge things, you know, look forward to huge things for her in the future. So, you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, that was one of the better UFC debuts for a female fighter. That was a really good debut. That was fun to watch. She came in and she put on a great show. Looked like she had some UFC jitters, but once those kind of like shook off a little bit, you're like, all right, you know, you're just doing the same thing. Just, yeah, she looked good, man. She looked very dominant in her performance. I'm excited to see her back. We'll see who she gets next, but I'm excited to see her fight whoever she gets next. I like it when people from around the world, like, they make a good debut, because it's just, as much as I love the hardcore, you know, like the faces of the UFC, it's always good to have the new blood come in and make a splash. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right, man. Julian Erosa, your boy Juicy J, with a round 1 TKO flying knee on a 3-fight win streak.
Flying knees. The switch knee.
The switch knee. He's 25-8. You know, 4 of those losses of his 8 were decisions, so he's no slouch. He's a fucking savage. He's got 11 TKOs, 11 submissions now. Good stoppage, great finish. You know, you said that we were talking about this earlier. Good stoppage, great finish. So
yeah.
You know, why don't you tell?
Yeah, we were talking about that during while the fights were happening. Yeah, anytime that someone gets TKO'd like that and they stand up instantly, I thought the stoppage was good. I have a hard time with, like, where's the line? Where's the cutoff? You know, like, it's not good. It's not safe to always have someone get completely shut off from reality, right? To go completely blind. That's not what the purpose of fighting is, or MMA. You're not trying to fucking actually kill these people, you know? I mean, that it could happen, because that's why there's a referee there. Like, one of these guys could actually kill, like, but it's just, that's the only thing that like the biggest takeaway was just a potential early stoppage. But he seemed like, you know, he was done. You know, that switch knee, it hit him flush, and then it was just follow-up shots after that, man. That was a beautifully timed knee. Props to him, man. It was a great knockout. As we're just going through the prelims right now, man, like, there's just so many good performances.
Yeah, these performances.
How are they gonna, like,
incredible.
who are they gonna give the bonuses to? I know they already gave it to the Black Beast, but we'll get there. But dang, man, so many fucking awesome fights.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, respect to Nate Landwehr, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. But like you said, man, it's, you know, good stoppage, great finish. Sexy Mexi, John Castaneda.
Sexy Mexi.
Early round 1 TKO. 18-5 now. 4 out of his 5 losses are decisions, so he's also a fucking monster. He's coming off a loss, so great momentum going into his next fight. A great effort by Eddie Wineland. Looked great, man. Looked great in the fight. Looked dominant. I mean, it sucks to see that happen to Eddie Wineland. He's you know, he's done it all. He's a veteran in the game. It's sad to see, but
former champ,
WEC champ, I should say, former WEC champ. I'm starting to know stuff. But yeah, man, great performance by John Castaneda, man. What do you think?
Yep. Yeah. This fight we talked about before. I love pulling fight, but this was his first fight back after that brutal one-punch knockout versus Sean O'Malley. And when you get slept like that, I was talking to you about this before. Yeah. I was like, I really hope that he's come back healed. But sometimes when you get hit like that and you get dropped like that and slept like that, dude, you're never the same person. So that was my biggest thing. You know, that was my biggest thing with him, was seeing how he would, and he looked great in the beginning, but as soon as he started to get hit, you can tell that it's not the same. He can't take the same punches. You know, this those MMA miles, and so
yeah, you're right.
he did great in the beginning until he just got clipped at that clean right, and then holy shit, dude. He followed up with a flurry of punches. Did he miss any of them? I don't think he missed any. He just fucking landed and just went off on one. Yeah. He just murdered him at the end. He just murked him. So that was the biggest thing for me, was seeing if his chin was recovered after the Sean O'Malley fight last time. But we'll see what happens with him. Yeah, like you said, he's been there, done that, done it all. So we'll see. But yeah. Good take again. Another TKO finish, dude. Holy shit! Another fucking great finish.
Another great finish. Speaking of great fights, this one wasn't a finish, but another fucking great fight. The fucking Flash Gordon, Jared Flash Gordon. Jared Flash Gordon against Danny Chavez. Got the unanimous decision. He's 17-4 now on a 2-fight win streak. And what's an amazing stat that I took from this was Flash Gordon had over 5 minutes of total ground control time. Like that's awesome. Like that's a great stat. That's a huge stat. So
that's over a round, yeah.
It's over a round of, you know, total ground control time that he had. So
didn't he miss weight though? Was he one of the guys who was 5 pounds over, or was his opponent 5 pounds over?
I'm pretty sure it was his opponent that was 5 pounds over, but I can double check right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. 4 fighters.
Because
Jared Gordon, yeah, he was the one that missed weight by 5 pounds, I think it was. 4.5.
Like 5 pounds, dude. So
like 5 pounds. Yeah. So
here's the thing. There's a stat, I forget the exact number, but it's an overwhelming number of data that shows that usually people who miss weight and are heavier typically win the fight.
And
it's just like it's just
that's fair.
It sucks.
Fair. You know, I didn't.
You know, it's not like it was guaranteed because it's a fight.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, you have to call it out. He has to give up 20% of his purse.
He does. He has to give up 20% to
that. It doesn't take away from his performance. Here's the thing. I have to, like, I'm bringing it. It's like, yes, everything he said was correct, but here's the thing. His opponent dropped those 5 extra pounds where he did not, right?
100%.
So who's to say that his opponent couldn't have had that much better performance if he hadn't cut those 5 pounds? You know, it's all hearsay.
True.
But
true.
That's why you need to be professional and make weight.
Yeah.
So he did have a good performance, but that's why they have the 20% in place, where it's just like, hey, this is the policy. You give up 20%. But I don't know. I think it should be a little bit more strict. But you know,
I feel you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Different conversation, different day. But let's head into fucking Tom Aspinall, dude, with a second round submission against Andrei Arlovski. He's 10-2 with a 6-fight win streak. He's only lost once to submission. His other loss was by DQ for illegal downward elbows. Okay, so
it was 12-6, not 11:59 to 6:29.
11:59. So round 1 was a 10-9. He was throwing fucking bombs. And then for whatever reason in the second round, they ended up in a clinch and then on the ground. And then
he power doubled. Dude, he power doubled. And I thought the cage was going to fucking fall over. Holy shit.
And then all of a sudden, round 2 submission against Arlovski. Holy shit, man.
No hooks. Rear naked choke just up against the cage. And one tap done. You know, we're talking about the young lions going up against the old ones.
Bulls, versus the young calves. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Bisping was saying this, I think,
they grab each other by the wieners.
In wieners. I mean, in the fight commentary, you know, he was saying that a lot of Tom Aspinall's wins have been.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, Arlovski looked a lot fresher than I was anticipating.
I think we're having a little bit of a delay. I don't know what's going on.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, everything looks good on my end, but you're like breaking up and like your video freezes every now and again. But
I hope it doesn't record it that way.
We'll power through it, but I was just saying that
We'll
like
power through this.
I was just gonna say that I think it was Bisping saying in commentary that a lot of Tom's wins were, by either dominant TKO or by dominant submit or decision. So to have like a submission in his repertoire and his win like boosts his fight IQ and his overall fight skill set that much higher.
Anytime you can get it over a name like Arlovsky,
especially on a name like Arlovsky, exactly.
Granted, the time that he got the win versus when Arlovsky was Arlovsky, like this terrifying. He's always going to be terrifying. Like these old Alistair Overeems and people like him, like they're always going to be scary. But it's just, at Tom Aspinall, he looked good. The shots that he was landing almost looked like arm punches in the first round that looked like he was tagging Arlovsky with. But Arlovsky looked to be taken with just fine, except for the one or two that kind of caught him in the beginning that kind of rocked him a bit to where he was covering up. Mm-hmm. But Tom Aspinall looked very comfortable and very confident up against a vet like him. I was very impressed with his ability to keep his composure in front of a former champ and a former superstar like Andrei Arlovsky. That to me, that was a bigger takeaway because he was saying like he's been doing jiu-jitsu forever, so it's not the biggest of deal to him, even though it may be on his professional MMA record that he has some submission wins, but. Mm-hmm. For me, the biggest takeaway was just how composed he looked and how just comfortable he looked with a vet like Arlovsky. So if you can kind of look at his face and be in the cage with him, I think sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, 100%. Before we get into the Megatron Phil Haas, we got to shout out Bisping's suit. That looked more delicious than bangers and mash.
So, dude, there's typically the only guy that holy shit. Typically the only guy that looks that fly in a suit is Bruce Buffer, but I mean he only does the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But Bisping was looking super fly tonight. Holy shit, he's looking fucking just sexy as dick.
Phil Haas, man, 6-fight win streak. He's 10-2. He was dominant in rounds 1 and 2, but that round 3 by Imavov,
he looked like he was fatiguing. He looked like he was getting a little tired at the end.
Yeah, Imavov came back in round 3 and put on an incredible round 3 performance. So his round 3 performance was good,
Dude, he almost took it. He almost stole the show with that.
He almost stole the show, I think he knew
he was on stanky legs.
He knew that going.
Haas was on stanky.
Yeah, he knew it going into it. He's like, I gotta go. I'm losing. I gotta finish. What do I have to lose? Right? I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea that you have to have. I think in that situation. So, man, great.
Yeah, Haas a great win for Haas. Yeah. Hopefully they don't keep trying to push him so hard because a lot of the times these guys get pushed pretty hard because they're on these win streaks or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can see that he's got some cardio things to work on. He's got some, not cardio necessarily, but like he got clipped a couple times, man. Like,
sure.
Not to say that you can't get clipped, but like, there's holes in the game that just to tighten up a bit, just so that you don't get caught when you're getting tired and things like that. That's all. But yeah, he did look good. It was a good. That was another great fight. That I think there was a lot of pressure on Haas to come out to like maybe get a knockout, and it turned out to be a harder war than he was anticipating. That's almost kind of how it felt to me when I was watching it.
Yeah,
I'd have to rewatch it again, but yeah, it kind of felt like there was a lot of pressure. Not as much as like Joaquin Buckley. Remember how he was getting all that pressure after? Mm-hmm. But like Haas almost seemed like there was some pressure on him. But yeah, good for him to get the win. We'll see what happens next.
Yeah, man. Chris Daukaus. Holy shit, man. Against a monster veteran, Alexei Olenek. Round 1 TKO, dude. He's 11-3 now on a 4-fight win streak. I know Alexei was looking for number 60, but Chris Daukaus applied the pressure, found the combo, and ultimately the win against a fucking veteran in Alexei Olenek, dude. We bet the fucking house on #VerdictMMA. To win, so we did well there. It was just a great fight, great performance. I hate to see that happen to Alexei Olenek, but like you said, it's another one of those Old bulls versus young
guys,
cats.
guys,
What do you think's gonna happen? It is what it is.
But here's the thing: did you see Alexei Olenek once he got his hands on him, dude? It was like you could tell that it's like you don't want this smoke at all. Yeah. Like he almost dragged him to the ground. He was like fucking like tar, dude, just Velcro on you. Also,
isn't it some stupid statistic? Alexei Olenek has, I think, like 59 wins, right?
40 something.
Isn't it like 45 or 46 of them come from submission? Like,
something submissions, something dumb like that. Yeah, it's something insane. But yeah, so like when I saw him press him up against the cage and start doing like clinch and try to like, instead of going for like a power double or a single leg or takedown or something like that, he's just drag his ass down because he's just like fucking super glue on you. I was like, like if he can drag him to the ground dry like this, it's not gonna be a fun time.
It would rhyme. It would rhyme with grape. It would rhyme with grape.
It would rhyme with grape.
It would rhyme with.
It would rhyme with grape.
Yes. I don't know how grape transfers over, but fucking Darrick Minor, man, unanimous decision over a game grappling veteran Charles Rosa, dude. He's 26-11 now. So this guy Darrick Minor isn't no grappling slouch either. Out of his 26 wins, he has 22 by submission. So that's awesome. He's on a 2-fight win streak.
That's huge. That's huge.
2 10-8 rounds.
Yeah, he was saying that he felt like he got short-handed the bonuses on his last fight. That's why he was calling out for the bonus in this fight.
Yeah. He wasted no time, dude. He applied the pressure, went straight to the ground, and then we automatically saw like a grappling game that we didn't expect to see in Darrick Minor. I don't think Charles
dominant.
Yeah, dominant. Like Bisping said, pure dominance. Like it was an incredible
pure
performance,
dominant.
Man. Incredible performance.
It really was.
I think like I don't know, like bonus-wise, like fight of the night contender at least, like in the conversation. I mean, great fight.
For sure.
Great fight.
For sure. Dude, as we're going through this list, it's just like, holy shit, there's so many. I hope that they do a couple extra just because of how many people are there. But how he did it and how dominant he was doing it. Dude, that's a performance of the night. That really is.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we like to give it to the flashiness and the oohs and the ahs and the crazy KOs. And there's, a decent amount of those. But you have to put respect where respect's due when it comes to the body of work that someone puts in like that. Dude, that is not fucking easy to do. Yeah. That is a great fucking performance. So hats off to Minor. Like he earned it. I mean, he deserves it. I don't know if Uncle Dana's going to give it to him, but
for sure.
It feels up to me. I'd give it to him. I'd for sure give it to him.
Yeah. You know what's coming right now, dude. My girl Yana FOXXXY Kunitskaya, dude, by unanimous decision. 2-fight win streak now. She's 14-5. 7 of those 14 is by TKO. So she's, she had grappling and ground performance against a prime Ketlen Vieira that we weren't expecting. So props to her for handling her own on the ground. And she just kept applying pressure and. I know we're going to talk about this and you're going to bring this up about, the rounds that she won. I'm just going to bring it up right away. Ketlen Vieira, yes, had her in guard. But I'm just going to keep it straight and simple with why with why I think even though she had control, she wasn't dominant in those positions. Every time she went for, an advancement in position for a choke or whatever it was, Yana was right there to defend it. So no advancement in her position whatsoever. And every time that happened, she would get hit. Face, body. So it just seemed like a cycle, like that just kept going in circles. And in that situation, I don't see Ketlen Vieira having the upper hand in that position to say like, yeah, she was winning the round. Like, yes, but the damage being inflicted by Yana and the defense that she was applying, I think, in my eyes at least, I'm no judge, right? But in my eyes, it made sense that, she was winning the round, so to speak, in that position. So I know I'm biased. I'll let you take the floor. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, I actually 100% completely agree with you. Just because that I say, not that I say the other way because I feel like the other way is correct. It's only because of the fact that it's like it is what it is. It's just, I'm not telling you because it's anything other than like this is just how they do it, right? Usually in MMA judges, usually it's considered when someone has. If I'm on your back for 4 of the 5 minutes of a 5-minute round, like usually a judge is falling asleep and just is like, oh, he still has their back. Cool, this person's winning because they don't know what the fuck they're looking at, right? They're just like, this person wins, because they're in the dominant position. Because typically, to counter your argument, because yes, you're right, she's doing the most damage, even though it wasn't from, because Yana didn't have the dominant position. To have someone on your back isn't a dominant position. That's not where you want to be. But was she inflicting the most damage and making the best of the situation? Yes, but what I'm trying to get at is usually it's like, oh, they're just lazy and tired, they don't know what they're looking for, and they're probably falling asleep, jerking off or whatever, and then they're just like, oh, they're on their back, and so this person wins. But it's, you bring up really good points, because it's like, no, she did the most damage. I don't care how much control she had, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter that you got the takedown, because if you don't do anything with it, then what does it matter that you can get a takedown, right? If I'm standing right back up and you're not hitting me or anything, we're not in collegiate wrestling, right? It's not a jiu-jitsu match, right? It doesn't matter that you had the back for as long as you did. It's not a jiu-jitsu match. It's MMA. And just like you said, part of the mixed part of MMA is inflicting damage. And even if she wasn't in a dominant position, which most of the time in round 3 she wasn't, and I was only texting you in the sense of like, I was just thinking of old school judging of what it normally is. It's just like, oh, back control for 4 minutes. That's just a fucking, here you go, 10-9 for that chick. That's normally what it is.
Yeah.
That's normally what it is. But I'm really, it makes me happy as a fan and someone who's been watching this since the beginning to see that, like, oh, they're actually noticing changes. Like, oh, hey, just because someone has control, that doesn't mean that they're winning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's evolving. It needs to get there quicker. It needs to get there much quicker. But she did what she had to do. Because if you looked at them, right? If you looked at them side by side, their photos, and you said, who do you think they fought each other? They fought each other.
I was just gonna bring that up. Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily always translate to that, because some people wear
sure
wear their markings better.
I get the point you're trying to make. Yeah, I get what you're what you're saying.
I know that's a little bit longer rant, but I mean,
no, it's all
respect
good.
Respect to the Mrs. Kashani Jafari.
Pay respects to Yana, Kunitskaya, Jafari, Kashani, dude. I don't know who was putting his hands on her after the fight, but I'm gonna talk to you after.
We'll talk later.
I'll talk to him after the post-fight press conference. You know,
sidebar. Isn't she engaged? Isn't she engaged?
I mean, we'll
talk about that later.
That might be an early decision she made.
What was all that? Jesus. We can switch our name to the early decision podcast.
I'm going to overturn the decision. Nice.
You're funny, dude.
Dude, main event time. Darrick, the Black
Beast Lewis. Holy
okay,
shit.
round 2 TKO. He's 25-7 with a 4-fight win streak. We got that out of the way. Okay, the game plan for Razor Blaydes was always to shoot and go for the takedown and wrestle. And Darrick knew it. He was always waiting with like some hook, some right. He was always trying to catch him on the way in, and he finally did. And I was telling you this earlier. There were three key points in the fight. In the very beginning, where Lewis stung him when he was trying that takedown for the first time. At the end of that same round, when Blaydes came with the freaking leg kicks and 1, 2, 3 and a left high kick and then another leg, like, I thought he had him rocked and it was gonna be over in the second. But Darrick came in the second, clipped him with that uppercut from hell, and dude, lights out. And then obviously that hashtag Gamebred Masvidal 1, 2, super necessary. You know what I'm saying?
It was super necessary.
So I know you've been excited and stoked to talk about this. I'm gonna let you take this. Let's go.
I mean, where do you start? I mean, Darrick Lewis doing Darrick Lewis shit, man. He's just knocking motherfuckers out. I did not see that coming, because when he got hit, the angle when it was live, like watching it, like you couldn't tell that he was out until like he pushed him over. But he went fucking stiff, dude. Yeah. He stiffened up with
slept.
He clipped. He got hit with that uppercut, and then like 3 more on the way down. He got hit with one, and those 2 super necessary that binked and bopped his head off the canvas. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for Blaydes, but it's just it's part of the game, unfortunately. But I did not think that it would be that clean of a fight for Darrick. That was a much cleaner fight. I honestly thought that Curtis Blaydes' wrestling was going to be a lot better than that. I honestly thought that his pressure
you're right. I thought it was going to be a bigger determining factor.
I thought he was going to be able to wear him up against the cage more. I thought he was going to be able to implement his game plan more. But the way that Derrick Lewis was talking about it after the fight, it was almost as if they're like, it's just, it is what it is. They did exactly what wrestlers like to do against strikers. They like to chop the lead leg down.
Yep.
To get away, chop the lead leg to get rid of the power, and then set up some feints and some this and level changes to get to the shot. And then once because if you watch Derrick Lewis through round one and all the feints that Curtis Blaydes was doing, dude, he did not bite on a single feint. And as soon as he went for that takedown in the second round, he just fucking let that nuclear bomb go in an uppercut. And holy shit, did it land. Yep. Like his head is still floating in orbit. It's like it's next to Overeem's.
It's next to Nibiru.
After Ngannou hit it.
Next to Ngannou's Overeem's head.
Over his head. Next to Nibiru. Yeah, man. Holy shit.
I was gonna say, speaking of
what?
Overeem, Derrick Lewis wants Overeem.
Oh yes. Speaking of, that's actually super interesting.
Excuse me, hold on. Only a 3-round. Excuse me.
Yeah, he only wants 3 rounds.
Only wants 3 rounds.
Hey, I'll pay however much Darrick wants to. If he guarantees like 200% for 1 round, like, dude, just let me fight for 5 minutes and I will guarantee I just swing for the fences. Sign me up. I don't give a fuck. Do 1 round. I don't give a shit. I'll watch Derrick Lewis fight every goddamn weekend.
I want to watch him.
He's so much fun to watch.
I want to fight and watch him submission underground. Shout out Chael's son in the
dude, holy shit, the Sug, son.
Sug, baby.
I don't know who's gonna Sug, but I love Sug.
But I don't know.
I don't know how I feel. I kind of like the call out. I know he's coming off of a loss.
Yeah.
It's not that bad of a loss, and he was coming off of what 4 or 5 fight, 6 fight win streak before that, something like that, right? And it's over him. He's a legend. And Derrick Lewis knows that. And he knows that's going to... He's legendary. He is legendary. And Derrick Lewis knows that. And he knows his time's coming up to where there's not many fights left in the tank for Overeem. So, who knows? I don't mind that. Because that's also something that I really love about Derrick Lewis is that, yeah, he's a character, but it's him. It's who he is. He's so genuine. Yeah, he doesn't really call anyone out. He doesn't play the game because it's not who he is. It doesn't. But he's just a character.
He's one of those when he says he will fight anyone, he means it. He'll fight anyone.
It's like he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
But what I mean by like keeping it real is like it's like, dude, I know I'm not gonna fight for the title anytime soon.
Dude, that was so fucking real. He was like, dude, Izzy's probably gonna move up.
Because that's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about. I was like, where is it going? It's exactly what I've been talking about. I was like, why are we having this fight? Not that it was a fight, because look at what happened. It's a fucking awesome fight, right? But I've been talking about this. I was like, what is the point? Like, why are you fighting? Like, it's not gonna move because you have like what number 2 and number 3 fighting. Like, okay, great, because when you're in the top 4. Like at the heavyweight division, right? You're 1 phone call away from getting that call. So it's like they were both basically number 1 contenders already. Essentially, say someone injured, can't make it, they're essentially 1 phone call away. And so you're having another number 1 contender fight, and now that it doesn't matter who wins, you're still not going to fight for the title. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's this fight for? Because I don't know, but I'm happy for Derrick Lewis. I would. Oh my gosh, that was such a horrible knockout. It's going to be interesting to see how Curtis Blaydes comes back from that, because that was a brutal knockout. But I mean, we have seen people get knocked out brutally like that and come back just fine. Kind of like Jorginho, Biggie Boy Rosenstruck. He got fucking flatlined by Francis and came back in TKO Junior Dos Santos. So. It is what it is. We'll see. Curtis Blaydes is young.
Dude. He's a monster. He's young.
He's a monster. He's young, and we'll see. But that was a nasty one. Hopefully, he comes back stronger and not so chinny. But that was rough to watch. But it was good to see that he got up in the cage afterwards. He was out for a while, and whenever you're out for that long and that stiff, he's probably in the back asking like, okay, let's go. Like, I'm ready to warm up the fight. Like he's probably having a rough couple.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Overall,
yeah. So even though those are fun,
yeah,
it's not fun behind the scenes.
No, you're right, man. But
overall, holy
dude,
fucking shit, dude! Like tonight was a fucking fun night of fights. Holy shit, dude!
I don't know what to do with my hands now. You know, but yeah, no. Thanks everyone for watching. Whoever is watching, whoever was watching, Yana, if you're watching, okay. Yeah, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. We got a Twitter now, Chido at chidoMMA, all things Chido. Follow us on Instagram
at all things
chidoMMAofficial, all official Chido.
So what is Chido? Like we are chidoMMA. What is chidoMMA? chidoMMA. It's not a thing. It's just more of just like an idea, right?
It's like, dude, like we're just
we are
Chido, man.
We're just
it's
Chido.
like all things Chido.
It's Chido.
Like it's so fucking Chido, you know? Like
it is so fucking Chido.
When somebody asks, like, what is it? It's fucking Chido. Like, what is it?
Chido.
Oh, it's just fucking Chido. It's fucking Chido. Like so fucking Chido right now. Like
it's just so fucking Chido
just
right
like,
now.
You know, like all things MMA talk, fight talk, Chido talk.
All things MMA, all things Chido talk. Because here's the thing, we're gonna do a lot of structured videos like this to kind of keep it like 4 fights. But then during the week, dude, when we're just kind of bullshitting, who fucking knows what kind of Chido BS, material?
Yeah, dude.
It's all.
Yeah.
It's
so
all.
We'll always have post-fight, you know, episodes after each UFC fight event and pay-per-view and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, we'll have all kinds of BS and stuff sprinkled in. So
we're fancy tarde. Yeah, man, this is something that you and I have been doing for a few years now, just for fun, just because. No other friend of mine would listen to me talk about mixed martial arts, and you were the only one who would like, hey man, that actually sounds pretty interesting. I'll listen to you.
Yeah, dude, fuck it, dude. Just why not?
So yeah, instead,
because what we say is, you know, is right, is the best. We're on camera, so we're champs. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Okay.